Hi everybody, thanks for joining us today in the Quick and Carry Kitchen. I'm Kristen and I want to welcome you to our Happy Hanukkah and Happy Easter show. What else would we talk about today but eggs? Eggs are certainly a huge question for people who are using and getting used to using an Instant Pot, and eggs are sort of the theme of the weekend right now. So, hello to all of you who are joining us live. I want to welcome you, and I want to welcome all of you who watch later, because we post these videos on our Facebook page. You can watch them at your leisure, and we have lots and lots of people who watch the shows after we're done going live. So welcome to all of you. Today we're going to have a little contest, and the prize is a set of ramekins. I love these. I use them for measuring, I use them for cooking, I use them for baking, and we're going to give one of you people watching us live a set of ramekins. So we want you to comment down below, how do you like to make your eggs in the Instant Pot, if you have? Are you a 555, a 666, a 456? People have a lot of different ways that they do hard-boiled eggs in the Instant Pot. So we're going to talk about that today, but if you're one of the people that have made them, comment down below and tell us what's worked for you. So I want to point you all in the direction of a wonderful post by an Instant Pot blogger named Valerie Cooper. She's over at One Happy Housewife, and she has a wonderful post about making hard-boiled eggs in the Instant Pot. I've linked to her blog from my blog over at our new website, quickandcarry.com. And Valerie talks extensively about the 555 method because it's a great place to start. If you're just getting an Instant Pot, if you want to try something easy, hard-boiled eggs are the way to go because they are cheap, easy, and you can't really mess them up. If they don't come out perfect, you can always make egg salad. Hi, Diane Yoakum is with us, and Diane is like me. She's a 555. Kristen Stuckey is a 444. See, everybody is a little bit different, but we do recommend that you try the 555 and see how that works for you, and then you can use a variety after that. So check out Valerie's post. One of the things that you need to think about for making hard-boiled eggs is an egg trivet. And I do think that these are wonderful. They are easy to use. You just set them in the Instant Pot liner. You put a cup of water in the bottom. This can hold 14 eggs. And so you set the bottom one in, put the eggs in, set the top one on, and it's perfect for either the 6 or the 8-quart Instant Pot. And it keeps your eggs very. Or I got one of those cool things. I made hard-boiled eggs a lot just by carefully setting the eggs in. And so if you want to do a lot of them at once, you don't have to use the trivet. You can simply put the water in and then very, very gently stack as many eggs as your pot will fit up to the fill line, and you can still use the 555 method for those. The other thing that people talk about, and I do want to mention, over one of the best Facebook groups for the Instant Pot is called Instant Pot 101 for Beginners. And there's been a fascinating discussion on that list the last couple days about eggs. And so many people exchange tips, and I just want to bring a few of them to your attention. First of all, most people agree that eggs should be about a week old. So if you're like me, I get my eggs from my local farmer, Joanne, and I love her beautiful brown eggs, and I love buying from a local farmer. But if I get super fresh eggs, I don't want to hard boil those. I'm going to wait a week before I do that. If you're buying a store-bought egg, it's probably already a week old and you're going to be fine. But it seems like perfectly fresh eggs are not as good to make into hard-boiled eggs. In order to have perfect yolks every time so that they're very even, if you're going to be doing a deviled egg and you really want the eggs to be beautiful, the secret is to put put all of the eggs on your trivet pointy side down. Most eggs come in the carton pointy side down, store-bought eggs. That's not necessarily the same for a farm egg. So put the pointy side down when you put them on the trivet, and you'll have much more beautiful yolks. The other thing is, most people think room temperature is better, to not take an egg from the refrigerator and then put it right in the Instant Pot, because the shells will crack. If you're just making egg salad or something like what we're going to make today, then you don't have to worry about that, because it doesn't matter if they crack while they're cooking. They're just going into a salad. But again, if you want perfect eggs that look beautiful for a dish that you're going to be presenting for family and friends, then it is more important that you just leave them out the night before. You can even put your water, the eggs in the trivet, and everything in your Instant Pot the night before. Get up in the morning, push manual 5 minutes, and you're going to be good to go. All right, let's see who else is with us. Nancy. Hey, Nancy, that's interesting. So she does 2 minutes and then a natural release like this old gal talks about. Oh, Diane just cooked 24 eggs the other night. Hi, Lena. So glad that you're with us today. All right, let's see. Where am I? Let's talk a little bit about the recipe that we're going to do today. This is a very sweet, old-fashioned recipe. It is called Eggs A La Goldenrod. And that is because when we are done, we're going to sprinkle these grated egg yolks over the bechamel sauce, and it looks like you've put goldenrod flowers or pollen on the dish. So this is an old school Southern recipe that a lot of people of a certain age might have learned to make in home ec class. I never knew about this dish until we were talking about today's show, and my producer Kristen said, why don't we do Eggs A La Goldenrod? I'd never heard of it before, but it's absolutely fabulous. It's also simple, it's easy, it's something that kids love, it's great for people who are camping because it's so easy. You can do everything in the Instant Pot. So let's talk about the toast first. You can choose whatever kind of bread that you would like. Make some toast, however your family likes it. You can do everything from a white bread to a wheat bread, a sourdough bread. I went to a local bakery yesterday and got a wonderful loaf of black pepper asiago that just tastes wonderful, just made into toast. And I talked to the baker about the bread, and she suggested that this would be just lovely with what we're trying to do. So you can do anything you want with the toast, and that's going to give you some variety as you serve. The other thing that you do is you make a roux or a bechamel sauce in an Instant Pot. And doing it this way is my first time doing it, and I loved it. Usually you do a bechamel or a roux on your stove top, and it is something that even in the Instant Pot you do have to keep stirring it. It's not any different. So the way that you make a roux is you take a stick of butter and you turn your Instant Pot onto saute high, and you melt the butter in the bottom of the liner. Then you take a half a cup of all-purpose flour and you put it in and you stir constantly as you blend it together, and usually after about 1.5 or 2 minutes the flour gets a nutty taste and is just starting to brown, and that's when you want to add 5 to 6 cups of milk. And I used a beautiful whole milk. You can use 2%, but whole milk will give you a little bit thicker of a result with your roux. You will stir constantly as you add the milk in, and just keep going and going and going. And after about 4 minutes of stirring, you'll feel that the roux is forming and it's starting to get thick. At that point, what I did is I turned the Instant Pot off, and then I removed the liner onto my cutting board because I didn't want to overcook the roux. I knew it was going to sit here for a minute before we were able to start the show, and so I didn't want to overdo the roux. I wanted it to just be nice, like you would think of a sausage and gravy. So for the dish a la goldenrod, I have taken my eggs and separated them and chopped all of the egg whites. This is 12 eggs worth of egg whites, and I'm going to add those to the pot. And I'm just going to stir those in. I've already done my salt and pepper to taste, but after you add the eggs, you could taste again just to make sure that you like the seasoning. So you just mix that around, and that's nice and thick, and it thickens up nicely with the eggs in it. All right, then I'm going to take the toast that I have ready, and you can butter it or not as your family likes. I'm a butterer, and I'm just going to spread some of this roux all over the toast. Here we go. Look how easy this is. But it is a wonderful way to use up all of the eggs that you're probably making this weekend. There we go. Just make that like that. I'm going to add a little bit more for this one, just so it goes off the edges of the toast. Very nice. And then you take your grated or chopped very finely. You can do it with a grater. You can do it with your hands. I used a fork and a knife to help me. And now I'm just going to sprinkle. Oh, look, that is beautiful. You could use a garnish at this point. Look at that. You could sprinkle some chopped chives. You could have some basil that you've done a chiffonade or a julienne. You could just do a little bit of salt and pepper. Some pepper would look really nice over that. Maybe some paprika, whatever you want. But there you go. How easy is that? It's basically a souped up, super comfort food toast. And it uses up the hard-boiled eggs. And I think it looks delicious. We're going to have that for lunch here in the Quick and Carry kitchen. All right, so the giveaway, 555-666-456. We had somebody already comment that because of the way Jill over at This Old Gal teaches, she does them for 2 minutes and then does a quick release. There's lots of different ways to do your eggs. The nice part about it is you can't fail. This is one of those wonderful Instant Pot recipes that turns out great every time you do it. One of you is going to win. And there was one other thing I wanted to say about, we're giving away recipes today. Please comment. We've asked you if you'd like one or two or one recipe about the hard-boiled eggs, one recipe for the a la goldenrod, or both. We'll send them to you as a PDF. If you like to collect recipes, this is a great way to do it, and we'd be happy to send them to you. All right, how are we doing here? I hope that all of you will have a wonderful weekend with your families. I hope that you're having better weather than we are here in Michigan, where they're talking about snow and ice and rain, and we're all ready for tulips and sunshine, and that's not exactly what we're having yet here. Oh, Kathy Genevieve, how are you today? I'm so glad to see you with us. Welcome back to the program. And today we are going to give the set of ramekins to Diane Yoakum. You are our winner today. So thanks, Diane. You are a friend of the Quick and Carry Kitchen. And so today you've won a set of ramekins for your kitchen, and I will be in touch with you after the show to find out where we send them. So again, this is a wonderful recipe, Eggs a la Goldenrod. It's so simple and yet very fun. It's great for someone who wants to make the whole meal in their Instant Pot. This is a wonderful way to use up the eggs that you make hard-boiled. If they didn't come out as perfectly as you wanted for deviled eggs, this is something that you could use to use up your eggs. We hope you'll have a wonderful Easter weekend. Happy Passover to any of you who are celebrating Passover. Like we are at our house, we do both. And that makes a lot of fun and a lot of really good food. So happy Easter and happy Passover from all of us here at the Quick and Carry Kitchen. And as Julia Child used to say, bon appetit.